and welcome to this gorgeous episode of Takes and Talks, Queen of Hearts, presented to you by Cinema for a Cause. Now, a few words about our today's beautiful guest. She has a distinctive aura with an astute sense of individuality. She is indeed a woman of substance. She is soft but firm, calm but ebullient. She speaks her mind but weighs her words. She nurtures, nourishes, she builds up minds. She firmly believes that in order to be a change maker, one has to be the change himself or herself. Let us welcome the Queen of Hearts, winner of Mrs. Universe Perfect Woman 2019 and many other prestigious titles. A successful homemaker and a doting mother, an educationist and social entrepreneur, an image consultant and soft skills trainer, none other than the many in one Suparna Mukherjee.
Much, Mishta. It's really a
Hello,
great
ma'am.
introduction.
Welcome to Takes and Talks, ma'am. How are you?
Thank you very. I'm doing good. Thank you very much for the lovely introduction.
Thank you, ma'am. That was my pleasure. Next, I would like to welcome the very backbone of our cinema for a cause, the ideator and moderator of Takes and Talks, Mr. Abhishek Ganguly. Hello, Mr. Ganguly. Welcome to Takes and Talks.
Thank you so much, Sharmishta and Suparna. Hi, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much for making time for Takes and Talks. And we
And
straight
thank
get
you.
onto the journey. Yeah, we get onto the catwalk right away. We won't take, waste time.
But before
We won't,
before we start, let me tell my guest.
sorry,
I mean, like
yeah.
to our viewers that, as I always say, Takes and Talks is your very own show. So please participate in the show by sending your reactions, your valuable comments, and suggestions. You can also send your questions to Mrs. Suparna Mukherjee, which will be duly answered by her towards the end of the show. Now, over to you, Mr. Ganguly.
Thank you, Sharmishta. Suparna, you are already a name in the beauty industry, in the fashion industry. You have made India proud. What is your what do you feel about what real true beauty is? What is your definition of true beauty?
Well, the very beginning, I am really thankful to Texan Talks and Cinema for a Cause for this opportunity of giving this platform of showcasing my experiences and sharing my memories and my journey with so many people who are attached to Cinema for a Cause, as well as my friends, my followers and fans. And well. The concept of beauty is itself in a beauty pageant. The word itself is like beauty pageant. So the pageant which has beauty in it. So, but again, the beauty is a very deep word. Um, but it's not just the physical beauty, but it also the internal beauty, which is reflected on your face and on your personality. So, beauty plays a very important part in everyone's role. For a mother, her child is beautiful, and for a friend, her friend is beautiful. So, beauty has different definitions to different people. But again, if you ask me about what is beauty, it's all about, uh, I would say, the strong amalgamation of the inner beauty and the outer beauty of a person. So it's
Thank you
actually
so
a
much.
mix of your inner internal beauty and an external beauty.
Okay, that was a
Yeah.
wonderful answer, Suparna. Uh, you have been a homemaker, a mother, a personality consultant, a teacher. How did the beauty queen contest happen, or how did you get your foray into the beauty pageant industry? How did it happen for you?
Well, for me, the beauty pageant industry is totally a different, new genre for me. Actually, I had to come out of my comfort zone. I am an educationist through and through from the very beginning, and I was more comfortable in that zone. But again, somewhere down the line, I felt that when I saw this, initially when I was a child, not child, but exactly when Sushmita Sen won the crown and made Bengal proud, I that from that point of point I used to think that one day maybe I'll get a chance, and I'll walk the ramp and I'll win a crown and I'll make my country proud, something like that. But again, I'd never even thought after that was. But again, after that, when I got this opportunity, I saw this in Facebook, and something called Mrs. India, because there was no concept of Mrs. India beforehand. And I never had an idea what is Mrs. India and what is all about. So my beauty pageant journey, or my pageantry journey started with Mrs. India. So,
Okay.
yeah, and it was mainly, I would say that I got motivated by my daughter, who really wanted me to take part in this beauty pageant. And from that time onwards, I also started taking interest. I studied, I educated myself about the entire thing, and then I am into it right now.
So it seems your daughter identified the inner as well as the outer beauty in Suparna. Wonderful,
O-
wonderful. We must
of
compliment
course.
your daughter to have a woman of substance in the beauty industry, which is Suparna Mukherjee. Suparna, tell
Thank you
us
very much.
a wife, a doting mother, and a showstopper on the ramp. Which is more challenging to you?
For me, I would say that you know mm, being a mother is the most challenging part of any woman, because right from conceiving a child, and then taking those 9 months, and then giving birth to a child, and then rearing up the child, taking care of the child. So it's a lot of things which you have to keep in mind, and it makes you more alert. It makes you just like Ma Durga, who has 12 hands and 4 children. So I feel that being a mother is the most challenging role I play, because I have 2 children and they're quite handful. And each and every day is a learning session for me. And it's always fun to be with children, because I have my experience with the children is quite a lot. I used to work in a preschool, so I love children. And being a mother is always very special as well as challenging.
Great. Suparna has taken up all the challenges in her life and she has flown very, very smoothly, I must say. Suparna, as we gather, training for such pageants, being on the catwalk, facing the question answer round, all require a lot of training. So, can you just share your training moments? What happened really, which was behind the scene?
Yes, actually, everything I always believe in following step by step method. It's not just jumping up high and getting up on the top of the tree. So
Correct.
in my case also, whenever I realized, the day I realized, and the day I made up my mind that I'm going for this pageant, and I got myself enrolled, I got selected, I became really serious, because in my case, whatever I do it with all my passion, wholeheartedly, and with a lot of dedication. And for this also, beauty pageant was totally a new thing for me. And I did not have any idea what is all ramp walk and all that. So I thought of getting a professional touch up, because at that point of time there was nothing in Kolkata where I could take up some training. So I went to Pune. There is one institution
Okay.
there which is run by Ritika Ramthri ma'am, who also coaches for Miss India contestants, Miss Universe contestants. So I got information about her, and I contacted her, and I stayed in Pune for 7 days for workshop. And then whatever I learned there, whatever information I gathered, whatever knowledge I gathered, I came back and started working on that. I started working on myself. I started grooming on myself, collecting and seeing and learning from every nook and corner. And slowly, I started gaining confidence that yes, I can also do this. So that was my preparation. And yes, everything needs a preparation. Even for my Mrs. India pageant also, I prepared from day one, and that actually, helped me getting my crown.
Excellent, Suparna. It has been quite a toil, I can understand. And you are a constant learner, very much like a teacher who trains up people. You are always willing to learn. That's a fantastic
Yes.
quality which Suparna Mukherjee has. Suparna, you have been, like the inspiration for so many. You have been the talk of entire India. How does it really feel to represent India, in such, like total in front of the total world where everyone is gazing at you? Is it a very overwhelming responsibility? How do you feel?
Yes. After Mrs. India, I went for this Mrs. Asia Pacific beauty pageant. Because after doing the India part, I got that feel that what now? I have got the crown. I have made Bengal proud, and now it's time for making India proud. So that was
Correct.
my responsibility, my contribution towards my country. See, nowadays the concept of Miss pageant is very common, but Mrs. pageants are not that common. So, lot many people are aware of Mrs. pageants, which happens all over the world or maybe all over India nowadays. So, I also did a lot of research, and and I found out that there is this Mrs. Asia Pacific, which is happening in Singapore, Malaysia, and they are also getting delegates from different parts of the world. They have 10 countries where from 10 countries where we participated. And in Mrs. Universe, it was 90 countries who participated for this beauty pageant. So of course, you can very well understand from 10 countries to 90 countries, the competition is much, much, much tougher and higher. So it's
Correct.
like it's not easy. It's not easy. But again, it's all
Very
about
true.
I felt that passion of me going and doing something different, and it's not easy for a Bengali woman who is 44-year-old and having two children, having a family, and then having a different career altogether, who is not at all related to this pageantry field, but again having a
Correct.
lot of dreams who wants to fulfill. So it's like that. I mean, I always wanted to do something different, and that's why the international pageant just came in my way. And international pageant always gives you that feel that you're doing something for India. If you're bringing a
Mhm.
crown from there the people got to know about Bengal. They know about India, but they don't know about our community. They don't know about our state, West Bengal. They don't know about very few know about Bengalis, who are Bengalis, what we eat, what we do, how we see, how we stay. So that is also a kind of cultural exchanges we do a lot
Mhm.
there. Whenever when you represent your country, you represent your culture, you're becoming an ambassador. And I'm glad that
True.
I
Very
got
true.
that ambassador title from the Asia Pacific beauty pageant. So that
Mhm.
again made a big smile, brought a big smile on my face, and a big satisfaction to me. And next year was Mrs. Universe. That was another big step for me, because I wanted to go for the ultimate, and Mrs. Universe was the ultimate. So starting with India
Correct.
and ending with universe, that completed my goal.
Fantastic, Suparna. And we can understand your confidence quotient. And as you always smile, the smile wins it all, as they say. Suparna, you were contesting with 90 different countries, so 90 different contestants had come. So, what was the kind of chemistry, the camaraderie, the friendship there? Did you make friends for life? How did it happen? Or are you still in touch with them? Do you have a WhatsApp group? How is it, after the contest is over?
After the contest is over, we were like over there. We stayed for almost 10 days, all of us together, and yeah, actually, we all became a one big family. And
Okay.
people, there are so many different varieties of. It happened in China, Guangzhou, and there were Chinese people as well, and then there were Philippines. There, I mean, you can understand like 90 countries, so it's very difficult to remember all the countries' name. But again,
Yeah.
their cultures, their their all of them was so very smiling. And as I said, that whatever you see in me as a beauty
Mm.
queen, it's not just about beauty queen. It's about your personality. So
True.
it's about is, as I said, that amalgamation of the internal and the external beauty. So the how you carry yourself, how you talk, how you mix with people, how you exchange greetings, how you help each other. So these are the I think these are the basic things of any beautiful person. And all of them, all the participants, all the delegates from that the in the pageant were like that, and they were all very happy-go-lucky and joyous. All of them were very, very nice. We are still connected through WhatsApp group, and I personally, whenever I go through our festivals, Indian festivals, when we especially in Diwalis and the Sheras, and in Bengalis we have this Durga Puja of all this Shidur
Mm.
Khala and all that. I normally post all those pictures to them, and they feel so good. They actually ask,
Okay.
they actually ask what is this and what is all this about. So I explain them. So it's very good, and they also send their festival days, festival events, how they spend their all the decorations, how we're spending their family pictures, family photographs. So that is the way we are all connected. you know uh, the WhatsApp actually has had made it possible. WhatsApp, Facebook, even Instagram, we are all connected through social media, and
Okay.
that is the way we have kept it alive.
Fantastic. I can understand it's become like a big family of 90 beauties. Amazing. Uh,
Exactly, exactly.
before we get on to the next question, let us watch a small video, a teaser video which we had prepared for you on the wow moments of Suparna kind of stunning the world with her beauty and her brain and her presence. On to the video,
Thank
please.
you so much. Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present the Mrs. Universe Perfect Woman, Mrs. Suparna Mukherjee from India. Cinema for a Cause Takes and Talks presents Queen of Hearts, a face to face chat session with Mrs. Universe, homemaker, teacher, and change maker, Mrs. Suparna Mukherjee. Facebook Live on the Cinema for a Cause page, 9th of December 2020, Wednesday, 8 to 8:40 p.m. Queen of Hearts with Mrs. Suparna Mukherjee, presented by Cinema for a Cause on Takes and Talks.
Fantastic. I can still, hear the applause ringing in my ears. And I can understand when you won the crown of the perfect woman, what was happening inside your heart.
Yes,
Tell me,
of course, of course. Yes, I
tell me,
can also as
Suparna,
get that feel.
you can go to that flashback. Like each beauty contest has numerous rounds. So in the Mrs. Universe beauty contest, what does Suparna Mukherjee assess as the toughest round she had to face? Which was, in your opinion, the toughest beauty contest round which you had to face?
Uh, Excuse me. If you see all the beauty
Mhm.
pageants, especially the international one, they have all zero figures. Okay, zero figures. I'm sure you have an idea that they
Correct.
are like
Correct.
skinny, and the perfect hourglass figure and all that. So, which I am
Mm,
not. I am
mm,
totally a bong lady, and obviously I was ready for this pageant. But again, if I am measuring, or maybe kind of comparing my body type and my the entire constitution and everything, so there is definitely a big gap, because if I compare myself with Mrs. USA, I cannot
mhm.
compare there, and in that perspective, in that category. because she is taller than me, she's leaner than me. But again, uh, there are other factors. I'm perfectly okay. Maybe that's why I got perfect. That's why probably I got the title perfect. But again, from that perspective, I felt actually that point of time, it was there in my mind that maybe if I have scored less, maybe that may be one of the reason. So you can say that that's one of the thing which actually has I might have missed that
You
part.
were apprehensive about the figure part. I can understand. But again, as I
Yeah.
can understand, you are an intelligent lady with an amazing personality, so you scored there, and you obviously won the
Actually, yes.
perfect woman title. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Suparna,
probably.
tell us. We hear a lot about the back end stories, which goes behind the beauty contest. Does favoritism really exist in such contests? What has Suparna Mukherjee experienced?
Favoritism works everywhere. It is
Okay.
always everywhere. If you have seen, not only in beauty pageant, even in cinema, also favoritism takes place everywhere. Even like sometimes, if you are in a classroom, favoritism also works there as well. Because sometimes,
Correct.
somewhere, sometimes
Mhm.
someone becomes very close to the organizers, and they have a very good camaraderie. They get they get through well, and so they become very close to the organizers, and eventually they get some benefits which I felt, I may be wrong, but again, favoritism does play a role in there. I'm talking
In
about the
the
Mrs. pageants. I'm talking about the
Mrs.
Mrs.
Patel.
pageants. I'm
Okay.
not talking about the Miss. I don't know. This India Miss Universe, they're totally different
Hmm.
level altogether. But again,
Hmm.
favoritism, yes,
It is
it
there.
is there. It is there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Suparna, as you said, you're a bong lady and coming from a regular family fabric. It is a different part of society when we compare internationally. Tell us, how did your family support in your getting into such a competitive beauty world? Beauty, glamour. It's not very easy for a bong lady to get in, and that too when you are 40 plus. So how did the family support, and how were the family members always there with you? If you can share your experience.
As I said, that my daughter has always been my support. Like she only
Yes,
motivated me and inspired me to go for this pageant. The best
correct.
part is my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law has always supported me, whatever I have done,
Mhm.
because she is a very independent-minded lady. And
Okay,
it's not that none of my family members has said that don't go. But again,
okay,
they are not that very sure that if I'm going, anything will happen or not. So
okay,
yeah, because when I went for Mrs. India, there are quite a few people who actually said, gave me a hint that I'm just going just like that. Nothing will
for
happen,
the
and
heck
I
of it.
won't get
Yeah,
any
yeah,
crown. Yes, I
yeah,
won't get
yeah.
any crown, and I'll be back empty-handed. But again, I took
Mhm.
up that as a challenge. But again, even in my family, my children are always there as a support. My mom is there; she is a darling,
Mhm.
and then my mother-in-law has always been there, and my husband, uh, she knows that he knows that even if he says no, then I will go for it, so it's better not to say anything. So it's that is that way it happens, because he
Okay,
knows that if I put something, if I'm determined to do something, I will make it happen. So that's why no one
okay.
stops me for doing anything, and that's why I did not have any much problem.
So you are a determined woman, and you are the boss in the family, as I can understand. Great, Suparna. Uh, Tell
No,
us,
it's not
like,
like
let
that. It's not like that. I give space to everyone. Everybody,
okay,
everyone has its day. Some day is mine,
uh,
some day is someone else's. So that's like
okay.
that.
Yeah, it's good to give space to everyone and respect each other's space. Fantastic.
Actually,
That's the
yes.
mantra of a good marriage and a good family. Very nice.
That balances.
Suparna,
That balances everything.
yeah, yeah, very true. Suparna, tell us, like, if anyone else who's a married lady like you, if they want to participate in a Mrs. Universe contest, how to, where to go and how to connect? If you can just, share some kind of pointers.
Okay, now Mrs. Universe pageant is not a very easy place to get entry, because I have,
Okay.
excuse me, I've tried from 2017 after winning Mrs. India. I tried to
Mhm.
go for Mrs. Universe. I could not go. I could not get through. I could not get registered. And
Mhm.
2018 also, I did not. It did not happen. To 2019, uh, I I mean, actually, I could make it. But in 2019, to get enroll for the 2019 Mrs. Universe, I had to register in 2018.
Okay.
So it's almost a year before you have to apply for next year. Suppose, for example, it's 2020 Mrs. 2021 Mrs. Universe coming up. So normally
Yeah.
it always happens at the end of the year. So you
Hmm.
have to approach the organizers in the end of the year, just before that. That is 2020 end of the year. You have to approach for 2021. That is
Okay.
one point, a very important point. Second important
Mhm.
point is, um, sometimes it happens that there are couple of, I think, one or two international directors who work as a via media, through which you can register through Mrs. Universe, or you can personally or directly you can apply to them by going to their website and filling up the form. And if you get selected, they will get back to you, and you then the next thing, one by one it happens. And another thing is that you have to hold a national title.
Okay.
International, if you have another international title, fair enough, but you have to have a national title to appear for Mrs. Universe. That much I
And
know.
which is the organizing body?
It's a Russian company. It's a Russian company.
Okay.
It's Mrs. Universe, Mrs. Universe official. That's the company.
Okay.
And they are registered as mrsuniverseofficial.com. So that's
Okay.
their website. So anyone who
Okay.
wishes to pursue after Mrs. India, or maybe after some other international title, they can also go for it, as I said.
Okay. Okay. Suparna, generally what happens, we have seen that after Miss India, Miss Universe, similarly Mrs. India, Mrs. Universe, people kind of get into modeling seriously, professionally, and they also get into films. So what is Suparna Mukherjee's, path ahead? Like, what are you planning? You already do modeling, but is acting also on the cards?
uh, I love acting. Okay, because I
Okay.
I am doing acting every day in my house with my children, with so many moods and so many
Oh,
expressions.
I
But again,
understand. Yeah.
yeah, but again, on serious mode, um, if I get a good script, and mostly I
Mhm.
really want to do something which has a social message to the
Correct.
to the community. So
Mhm.
I haven't come across, because people are nowadays, a lot of people are doing those kind of especially web series and short films are happening like that. So if I really get such a script, then definitely yes. But again, I am more of an educationist rather than an actress. So I feel that for me, it's not every model or not every pageant winner has to be a model or an actress. So there are
Mm.
other films, just like if you see that Manushi Chiller was a doctor. She
Yeah.
has resumed her, she has gone back to finish her degree of doctor. After she hasn't gone back to films. She has gone back to her doctor. So that's for me, education is my forte, and that is what I have been doing, and I'm very happy with
Mhm.
that. And I know that that is the way I have kind of, connected fashion, beauty pageant, personality development, everything with my education. So because that's why I give training to my students on personality development. I am a beauty coach as well. So I am a beauty trainer. I train students for beauty pageants, make them ready for beauty pageants. So ultimately, it's the education only. So I'm educating them. I'm giving them the knowledge, the right knowledge, which nowadays the young models they really need, because they don't know actually what is modeling. They don't have
Very
any
true.
but they don't know what is body language. They don't have a good communication skill. They may be
Very
very
true.
good looking, they may be very photogenic, but again
Mhm.
their personality is very weak. They are not
Correct.
strong enough to sustain any kind of challenges in life. So I am
Very true.
actually my role and my target is like that. So I feel that that is the way I kind of do it.
So,
Yeah.
Suparna, great. I understand that you are an educationist and you want to focus on training. But again, you must be knowing that Cinema for a Cause, in our brand, we do a lot of films which are social issue based. Now, if I ask you which are, the issues which are very near to your heart, you are also beauty with purpose. So, what are the social issues which you would like to champion for?
Initial, the first and foremost, I think I would go for a mental health awareness, because especially
Mhm.
after COVID and during the COVID, this is the only thing which has affected almost everyone. Even
Mhm.
like those who are healthy individuals are getting nerve wrecked because of staying at home and not being able to go out, or maybe sitting at home and doing work and not being able to go out to office. So a
Correct.
lot of yeah, so I think these are this actually creates some kind of mental agony, or mental disbalance, or something like that, which has a lot of pressure on your mental health. There are a lot of things which can happen, especially the seniors, even the juniors, because I have children. I am seeing my adolescent daughter who is also going through a lot of changes in her body. At the same time, now she's every time she's at home, and she's just getting tired of it. So mental health is a very important issue. I think I would like to address, if you have to, regarding the social issues, if you want to say.
Yeah. In fact, I remember Suparna was there for one of our shows, opened the
Yes,
door.
yes.
She had come and she inspired everyone with her presence. She spoke to everyone, and everyone was very, very awed to see Mrs. Universe being in that platform with them. Thank you once again, Suparna, for being there and open the door.
It's always
Suparna,
it is always pleasure to be at your the kind of services you do. I have seen you. It's really
yeah,
very commendable, and
thank
that's why.
thanks so much. Yeah, we consider you to be a part of our team, very much
Absolutely,
in Cinema for
absolutely.
this team. Yeah, thank you so much. Suparna, you have been a groomer at various platforms in fashion institutes, in your school, at different, other professional bodies also. So if I ask you that to have a perfect personality, uh, what are the five different qualities? There could be many qualities, but the five main qualities, the five qualities a man or a woman must possess. What will you be telling?
See, in when I take the personality development classes, my main focus is on several things. But again, if you are actually asking me to point out the 5 points which actually will help any individual to reach or to become a complete, to have acquire a good personality,
Correct.
is first and foremost is the confidence. The
Okay.
confidence of every person, every individual is very important. Without confidence, a person cannot do a single thing. Because I had that confidence in me, that's why I could step out of my comfort zone, and that's why I could go for such big leaps. I would say that
Mhm.
Mrs. India, Mrs. Asia, Mrs. Universe. So these are leaps for me. So, and I probably I could do it because I had that confidence in myself. So confidence in yourself, self confidence, I mean. So that is
Mhm.
very important. And self confidence has a lot of things in it. It's just not self. It's about a lot of self love and self acceptance, and how you know yourself, and this. Next part is the communication. That is very
Correct.
important. So first point was, as I say, that confidence is very important for a good personality. Then
Yeah.
communication is also very important. How
Mhm.
are you communicating your thought process or your thinking to the other person? And
True.
what is your body language? What is your body language you're conveying towards the society or towards the community, or how you're presenting yourself? That is very important. And through communication only we present ourselves.
Very true. Yes.
So that means you can say that's the second point. The third point is like, I always give importance to emotional intelligence. Now this is like we very few of us I think have must have heard about this term called emotional intelligence. So we all are emotional creature, so without emotions nothing work. So when you are interacting with someone, if you are aware of the person's emotions, and if you can control your emotions and do your work on that point of time, or maybe interact, or maybe react to any kind of situations by controlling your emotions, that is very important. So I also work on the emotional intelligence of the people. And then that was the third point. Fourth point, I would say that yes, your looks, that is also very important, because how you, that is actually the grooming part. The few
Correct.
other parts which I said was related to personality, but this is the grooming part, that how you take care of your hair, how you take care of your health, your body, your skin, your eyes, your nails, everything, each and every parts of your body. Because no
Yeah.
one would like to come and talk to a person who will smell bad. I will
True.
not like that. So the first
Very
thing is
true.
hygiene. The health and hygiene is very important. So grooming yourself. So grooming is just not utilizing using makeup on yourself. Is about actually how you're taking care of your health through food, through external beauties, whatever. That is there. And then that was the fourth point, I think. And the fifth point
Yeah.
is, see, there are many things which I would like to share about the personality, how you can develop your personality. But again,
Correct.
once you have confidence, you have everything. The last part I would say is smile. If you smile,
Mhm.
and be it any kind of situation, sometimes yes, of course, not possible that if there is a death in your family and you're smiling, that does not work.
You can't
But
just.
again,
Yeah. Yeah.
in any kind of adverse situation, if you can help someone smiling at each other, or maybe giving a support to somebody, be compassionate or be kind, so with a smile on your face, so you will see automatically your smile, sometimes smile becomes very contagious. When you are smiling, you actually compel the other person to smile more, or to smile back.
Correct.
That actually
Correct.
creates a bonding, that creates a bridge. So smile is very important, and it is always said that in a woman's body, smile is the best makeup. Even if you're not
Correct.
wearing any makeup, you just
Yeah.
with a red lips and you smile, and everything, you can win a win a war. So smile is very
Correct.
important. Yeah. So I
So
think I have
fantastic
covered
five.
5 points. Yeah.
Fantastic five tips which were very inspiring. It's a beautiful combo of inner and outer beauty. And now we understand the mantra behind you winning so many beauty pageants. Your beautiful, glamorous, and flashy smile, which you are always wearing, is so inspiring, infectious, and it really sends a lot of positive vibe outside. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you
Suparna,
so much.
like how does Suparna Mukherjee handle failure? Like you must be failing at times, and do you get depressed, do you get into a low, or do you take it as a learning? Like how do you handle that?
Well, regarding failure, I always believe that it's the failures are the pillars, the steps to success.
Success.
If you don't
Yeah.
fail, you don't learn, and if you don't learn, you
Correct.
don't success. So these are all
Yeah.
interconnected. So the more
True.
you fail, the more you learn. And a person who is never scared of learning, a person who is never afraid of learning, will always grow and will always target that success. So I feel that
Correct.
in myself, I always try to balance my thought process, because I know that my
Hmm.
thoughts are my special treasures. Not everyone understands that, but again, it is my I would say that quality of and as I said that trying to understand a person's feeling, or what the person is actually wants to convey. That is very important to understand. So a better listening skill. So you need to have a better listening skill to actually understand
Yes.
what the other person is saying. And failures is when you are done with everything, when you don't have anything left. But again, I never feel that I don't have anything left. I think I always feel that, okay, if not now, then it will be next. I don't
Okay.
quit. I always learn from my failures, because I feel that I have that strength, the mental strength, which is very important. As I said, that mental strength is very important. That confidence I have, which actually keeps me going. And uh, uh, Bane said that I don't like to. It's not always you can win. I have that mindset because I teach the same thing to my children as well. You don't have to score 100%, you don't have to score 90%, but again, you have to, there are obviously, we have a target which you can set and which can you can make it happen, the
Correct.
realistic goals.
Realistic goals. Correct.
Yes, if we can make realistic goals in our lives which are easy, which we think we can do it, then only it will be easier for us to, not face that much failures. But again, I
True. True.
always feel that fail from we all learn from our failures. So if we have got less marks in one subject, in the next class I'll try to focus on that part and will try to score more. So this is how it goes. And we actually, it is always better that if we teach these things in our children from the very childhood, in the long run, when they will grow, they will understand and they will grow with this attitude that
Mhm.
failure is nothing. Failure actually helps you to learn and grow in a better way, in a better version.
Excellent, Suparna. I am learning today from you, like how to handle failure. And, it's very important. You are inspiring me every moment with your smile and your charming words. Suparna, 5 years from now, if Suparna Mukherjee closes her eyes, where does she see herself 5 years from now? We are at the end of 2020. 2025, where does Suparna Mukherjee stand?
In 2025, I would like to have my own institution where I
Okay.
would be educating the youth of today about how to groom themselves and help them shape their future for for success in their life. Because as I said, that I am a personality development trainer, and how
Mhm.
soft skills are very much related nowadays in our, especially the corporate fields. So
True.
that's very important. And I myself is a student of ICBI, Image Consulting Business Institute. I'm learning
Okay.
their soft skills and I'm learning image consultancy there. So
Mhm.
I feel that it's very much important for the youth today to understand where their goals are and how to, reach those goals in a much more proper, constructed way, not just haphazard way. Because
True.
when I was in my youth, I never got this opportunity. We did not have the soft skills, we did not have this guidance. Now we have
Correct.
so many guidance. So now
Mhm.
if I can guide at least 10 youth, or 10
Mhm.
girls or 10 boys, who and prepare them for their journey of life in their
Mhm.
career, whatever
Mhm.
career they may be. It can be a modeling career, it can be a corporate career, it can be a business career, anything. But again, at that point of time, you have to have those skills, which is the soft skills, which I'm telling is very very important, so that it actually builds their platform, and it actually builds them strong. So that is very important, because right now I am taking classes for this gift design academy, and the first thing which I ask them, that what you're going to learn, what you want to learn from me. And they
Mhm.
want to say that we want to enhance our confidence level. And so after
Okay.
almost like 6 7 classes, I just
Mhm.
assessed them and asked them that and they came out, said, ma'am, we are feeling much more confident now. So that
Mm.
actually has given me a lot of satisfaction. That is what I want to do. I want to you know um, make them jewels of the society. They do something, even when after finishing they do something for the society by nurturing themselves and being a better individual. That is very important.
Very, very, very well said, Suparna. So 2025, we will have the Suparna Mukherjee Academy, which will be into, nurturing socially responsible, conscious individuals who will be the Gen Next, heralding India's flag all over the world. Suparna, that was
Probably.
wonderful. We really had a chat with a beauty, with a brain, with heart, and with a very definite purpose. On to Sharmishta, I was seeing, like lots of comments and, like questions have come. In fact, we had the veteran actor Ashok Singh, very, very famous actor. He is, watching us and he commented. We had someone from the flight, we have Tia Bhattacharya who's coming from Yorkshire. She
Oh,
commented from
thank
the
you.
flight. She caught
Thank you
us,
so much.
from the flight. Yeah, so you can, understand that the beauty is emitting positive vibrations everywhere. Amazing.
All
Thank
over
you
the
so much,
world.
Suparna. Yeah,
Thank you.
on to Sharmishta for the question answer
Thank you.
session. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Ganguly. So we have got a few questions. Ma'am, can you read it?
Yeah, this is Mo Trisha. I know her. Uh,
Yes.
would you like to share your thoughts or your own experience? Self-esteem is very important to achieve our goal. Yes, of course. Yes, self-esteem is absolutely very important for us. A lot of people may have this idea that self-esteem, or self-respect, self-esteem is almost like similar. They're almost in the same plane. So, like, if you don't have the respect for yourself, then you cannot demand that same respect from other people as well. So first you need to know yourself, and you need to know and you value your system. Your value system should be strong enough that you have to make people give that, you demand that self respect from them. So self esteem is very important. So you need to have self respect for your own self. So if you think that you want to do something, and for me, if you ask, if that's what both Trisha say, that how you say that, I always Mo Trisha, I always feel and believe that whatever I do, one thing I always think, I always see that it should not be it should not affect negatively to anyone. Anything whichever I am doing in my life, in my work, in my professional field, in my personal field, it should not have a negative effect to someone else. Other than that, that's the reason. And I always feel that I when if I'm doing something, if I'm respecting my own thoughts and my own mindset, then it becomes easier for me to establish that in front of people. So first you need to believe in yourself, and then you need to respect your beliefs, what your thoughts, respect your thoughts, and whatever I am thinking, I respect that, I believe that, and then only you'll be able to express that in front of people and make them convinced that yes, this is what I mean.
Right. So whatever you say, you should speak with conviction, right? You should come up with
Yeah.
conviction. That's what you mean to say. Very
So if you
nicely
don't
answered,
believe
ma'am.
yourself, if you don't believe
Hmm.
yourself, you won't be able to say it in with conviction. First, you
Right.
need to believe in yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. That's true. Next question is from Pia. She has literally, let me tell you that she has literally, she's flying, in fact. She has taken a flight from Yorkshire to Kolkata, to India, rather. So,
And do you think beauty pageants shouldn't be limited to certain age, but also must be encouraged among women? Yeah. Thank you, Pia, for the question. Yes, absolutely. I believe that beauty is not restricted to any age. If maybe you are not aware, last 2 years in Bengal, we have, I was the beauty coach and the pageant director of that pageant. That was Miss and Mrs. Bengal we have organized. And there was no age bar there. There was no age bar.
okay,
There was no weight restrictions, and there was
okay,
no complexion. And I mean, sometimes there are some restrictions for that. Many of those who really want to take part, they are not being able to take part. But keeping all these things in mind, when the organizer approached me, and I said that why can't we do something like this? So and then we did that, and you won't believe that we had a participant of 55-year-old. She participated in the beauty pageant and walked the ramp with all the other ladies. So this is what happened, and I feel that age is never a bar. And if you see in abroad, especially in USA and UK and in other places, they have Miss, Mrs., Grandma also.
Okay.
Grandma, yes, they also have, beauty pageant of grandma. And that is so very interesting that all the
Yeah,
grandmas,
really.
they take part. Yes. So beauty is actually, it's not about just outer, as I said, outer appearance.
Hmm.
It's about your personality, how you carry yourself, your brains,
Very
your
true.
knowledge, and how
Very
you
true.
present yourself in front of the audience, and how
Hmm.
you contribute your part to the society. So these are all
Very true.
together, it makes a beauty complete. So I feel that an age can never restrict that.
Right. So
So
beauty is not restricted to age. That's it.
no, never, never. Not actually, as per me, it's never.
Moving on
But
to the
again, as
next question, ma'am.
yeah, yes,
Yeah, ma'am, you're
sorry.
saying something. No, you're
No,
saying
I said
something,
that,
ma'am.
see,
Please.
there are certain organizers, but see, suppose like, there are age restrictions because Miss India, yeah, sometimes
Hmm.
Miss India, Miss Universe, and all these things, they have these age limitations because of their
Yeah.
criterias. So that can't be helped. But otherwise, if you ask my viewpoint, it's like that.
Moving on to the next question, ma'am.
Yeah.
Um, so he is congratulating you for your achievements and the respects that you have received and you deserve. So, what are you looking forward to? That means, what are your plans now? Plans next?
Okay. Mr. Sen, my plan is actually, as I say, that I belong from the education field. I want to do something for the youth, and I am already taking classes in several institutions related to the personality development. And my main goal is to prepare the upcoming models, if not models, the upcoming youth. So that way, if at all, I can contribute to the society by giving the well balanced individuals. Because nowadays, if you see that nowadays some models, those who are in the modeling industry, those who have just joined modeling, and they were not aware of failures. They think that this is what the glamour and the glitz and everything. But now when they face the failures, they are not able to take it, and they commit suicides, and they take all those wrong paths. So we need someone actually who will actually show them the right path, the actual guidelines to be followed, and how to get back whenever they fall. Because as I also already say, that failures are always, that helps you grow. So that
True.
mindset needs to be grown in the individuals, especially the youth. So that is what I am trying to do right now.
Yeah, failure is always
nourishing
the
and
pillar of success,
nourishing and nurturing the young minds.
as I said in the beginning, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So, failure is the pillar of success. With this, we move on to the next question. How do you motivate yourself to strive towards success after you face failure? Just now, we had a question on failure. So,
I motivate myself by, you see, initially, whenever a person fails, she becomes or he becomes sad. There is a
right.
phase, But
Hmm.
now, when that phase gets over, to bounce back is the next phase. So you give your mind that time to get that, to soak the entire thing in you. You
Hmm.
can listen to music, you can watch a good humorous movie, the comedic movies. Okay, and you do dance. I mean, I love to dance, so I dance, and do something which you really like to do. And
Right.
just thinking away from everything, going away from
Hmm.
everything. And maybe, you can just take a break, going outside for a vacation. That will, so that will actually, move you away from that scenario. And then when you'll come back rejuvenated,
Hmm.
refreshed, and then you can start afresh, you can start again. So I motivate myself like that. That is the way I motivate myself. I read a lot of quotes. I love reading quotes, so that actually energizes me. I'll get a lot of positivity from the quotes, the inspirational quotes, the motivational quotes, the good morning quotes. Lot of friends, Facebook friends, they keep on sending me. They send me poems. So I love
Hmm.
reading those, and that actually, helps me to I maintain a balance in my life. So that is the way I motivate myself.
And what are your hobbies or free pastime?
My recent hobby is astrology, which I am right now
Okay,
studying.
okay, okay.
So astrology is my hobby right now.
We need
Otherwise, I
another
have
session
started.
for that.
Oh,
We'll
of
need another
course, yes.
session for that. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
let me get an award. After that, you can take the
Okay,
session.
yeah, yeah. Sure, sure, sure. We're waiting
Yeah,
for
so
that.
yeah, so astrology is a very interesting subject. My father was an astrologer, so I
Okay,
got that. Yes, I got that knack from him. But again,
okay.
lately I have started studying and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I love dancing, so that is
Okay.
another pastime for me. And I love to listen to music. So these are the things which helps me keep going. And then the best part is I have two children. Apart, you can very well understand if you have two children. My daughter is in class 9 and my son is in
Okay.
class 4. So both of them are, and I have a dog also, full time, 24
Okay.
hours. So, and
So
apart
you
from
have
that, I
three
do all this.
children. Three children you have.
Yes, I have three children, and my mom is also a child to me right now. She is
Okay.
also aging. So, all with all this, and at the same time, my own life, my own space. That is how I balance with each and everything.
You own the Mrs. Universe Perfect Woman title. So according to you, uh, how would you define a perfect woman?
That's a very good question, Anisha. Thank you very much. Uh, well, there is nothing called perfect. If they have given me a perfect woman, maybe from their own parameters. They have their own parameters, they have their own points on which probably they have tallied and they have given me that. But again, if you ask me, there is nothing, no one can be perfect. And I am happy with
Mhm.
my imperfections. I am perfect with my imperfections. No one can be perfect in this world. But again, we always strive to become perfect. A perfect person
Right.
has to have no negativity. A person has to be very beautiful with no flaws on her skin. A person will be very honest, that can, because I am not always, sometimes I have to tell white lies to my children, sometimes to balance things. So it's not possible to say that you are a perfect person. But again, I believe I am a perfect person with my own imperfections. So
That's
that's what
great.
that says.
So you need to accept yourself. The first, that's what you mean to
Absolutely.
say.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Accept the way you are. Accept yourself the way you are. That's true.
Yes.
Very true.
You can always, that there is always possibility of growing. I am
Yes.
always developing myself. I'm always growing myself. I'm always
Mhm.
learning new things. That is actually, widening my, vision and everything. But again,
Right.
I can never say that I'm a perfect person.
Nobody is
But
perfect. No one is
I
perfect.
may be perfect from another's perspective.
Right,
Another
right.
person's perspective, I can be perfect.
So
So that's
perfection
what
is
I'm
a
saying.
very relative matter, right? It's a very relative concept
Absolutely.
that way.
Absolutely. Just like
Mm,
the beauty.
true.
Beauty
Hmm.
lies in the eye of the
Eyes of
beholder.
the beholder, right? Very
That
true.
is a quote. So not
Yeah.
always like I am beautiful to you. That does not mean that I'm beautiful to her or him.
Mhm.
They may
Mhm.
not see me as beautiful. So something like that. So I may be perfect for you, but I may not be perfect for others.
True, ma'am. So we are running short of time. I would like to move on to the next question, ma'am.
Sure.
Okay. So there's a question. She herself is a image consultant. She wants to know what inspired you to go for the beauty pageant?
Well, beauty pageant is something at that point of time which I thought that is all about beauty. But later, when I actually delved into the entire matter, it's not only just beauty. It's also about your brains. It's also about your individuality, your uniqueness. What is your uniqueness? So, in that way, at that point of time, when I was 42, when I started realizing that, and when I started actually cultivating myself, I thought that who am I, and what is actually I'm looking for, and what do I want to do in life. So I was just nowhere. I was like kind of thinking a lot. And then this beauty pageant, going for this beauty pageant, as I said, that is totally out of the blue, or out of the box, and out of my comfort zone, because I have always been an educationist, as I said. So it's like choosing the beauty pageant, because that was probably, I thought that if I do this, that may help me, help me to understand where I am standing in my life at that point of time, what I am capable of doing, and if I'm
Mhm.
able to do anything which is out of my comfort zone. So I have kind of challenged myself and went for that beauty pageant. That is what I wanted to say.
Great, really great. Ma'am, if you're asked to choose between success and peace, what would you choose? That's a question.
Hmm, I would choose peace.
Okay.
If I'm not peaceful, then I won't be able to achieve success. Because
That's
for
a rapid
success, you
fire round question.
that's, yeah,
Just
that's
something
what I'm
like that.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Without become if my mind is not at peace, I won't be able to work much. And
very true.
if I
Very
cannot
true.
work much, I cannot reach success.
Right. Very true. So success follows peace. That's the thing. Uh, okay, ma'am. There's another question. I think, and I will take. This is the last question. We can't take any more question due to paucity of time. Okay. Uh, the last question that we will take from here is that right.
So is it money or their willpower would help them to get success in life? Well, investment required for grooming and training. How from middle class family they find it difficult. So is it money or the see, Motrisha? This is also one of the reason which I want to open up in institution where I can give training to the children, or maybe the youth, or maybe whoever is interested, at much lesser rate than nowadays, where which other institutions are charging. First thing. Second thing is, I would say that money does not buy everything, but nowadays money is everything. So willpower is definitely needed, and if you have that willpower that you want to achieve something, because nowadays if you don't want to go for anything, you can learn a lot from the internet. You can learn a lot from the YouTube channels. You can learn a lot from the Google. So if you have the will, you have the way. And but for that you need to have that willpower, and if you have that willpower, automatically everything will follow.
That's great, ma'am. So with this, we are done with the question answer round from the viewers. So now over
That
to
was
you,
much
Mr. Ganguly.
interesting.
Yes, ma'am. Over to you, Mr. Ganguly.
Thank you, Shobishta. I could, like understand. I was hearing each and every answer which Suparna was kind of tackling. It was very much like, being in the question answer
No,
round of
ma'am is
another
used
Mrs.
to that. Ma'am is used to that.
Yeah, another,
Actually, yes, and I was
another,
enjoying that. I was enjoying that.
correct, correct. It was like facing the judges in another Mrs. Universe contest. Amazing. And, all your answers were so apt and, so precise, to the point, and extremely illuminating and inspiring. But Suparna,
I
the
tried
last,
my best.
you know, this is the googly which you will get from us now. We would end the show with that. Now, don't get that, nervous. Uh, Suparna Mukherjee is also a good singer. Like, people don't know about it. She sings in her bathroom, she sings while rehearsing, she sings while cooking. So, we always take a parting gift from our guests in Takes and Talks, that is the common ritual. Before we end the show, you have to do a small act, maybe for a minute. You have to inspire us with your
Minute?
melodious voice. Now I know this was a googly for you, but we would like to end with your melody, and it has to come right from Dil Se. Shuparna Mukherjee singing for the Takes and Talks viewers. Thank you, Shuparna.
Oh,
Always, like I'm always kind of expecting the best from you. So the best is yet to come.
oh my God. Yes, the best is yet to come. Even like maybe after a year again, I'm going to give a interview to you or something like this chit chat session. That will be much more interesting. But
Correct.
again, this singing thing, I'm not very sure whether people will like. But again, I love to sing. As I said, I love to hear music, listen
Yeah,
to
yeah.
music. So I'll just sing a few lines. And this will be in
Please.
Bengali. I have some friends from USA also who might be seeing this, so they won't be able to understand. But it has a meaning. This song has a meaning to it. তোলো ছিন্ন বীণা বাঁধো নতুন তারে ভরে নাও সুর গাও জীবনেরই জয়গান আগামী দিনের আলো দু চোখে মেখে নাও আধার ঘুচিয়ে দাও ভোলো অভিমান তোলো ছিন্ন বীণা বাঁধো নতুন তারে ভরে নাও সুর গাও জীবনেরই জয়গান যতই বড় হোক রাত্রি কালো জানবে ততই কাছে ভোরের আলো যদি একলা পথে কোনো সাথী না মেলে যদি সারা নাহি পাও সারা দেহে তব প্রাণ তোলো ছিন্ন বিনা বাঁধো নতুন তারে ভরে নাও সুর গাও জীবনেরই জয়গান তোলো ছিন্ন বিনা Thank you so much.
Fantastic, fantastic,
Thank
fantastic.
you.
That was really, who will say it was a Chinno Bina? It was a Bina which orchestrated, Surer Murchona Puro Boye Galo. You sing so well, Suparna. So in
Thank
Suparna
you.
Mukherjee Academy, I'm sure, there would be a singing section too. Yeah,
Should
on
be.
Well,
to
if you want
Shobhita.
me, I can keep it.
Yeah, yeah, please
No,
keep
ma'am.
it. I'm sure that you are
Please keep
competent
it,
enough to
ma'am.
handle and, yeah, inspire people with your voice. Suparna, to end our show. Yeah, Shomishta, on to you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for coming to our show and enriching us with your good words, with your smile, with your presence. We wish you all the success. May you be successful in all your future endeavors. Thank you very much. So,
Thank
dear
you very
viewers,
much for having me.
it was our pleasure, ma'am. So, dear viewers, as I always say, Takes and Talks is your very own platform. So, if you have any such inspiring story to share, please do not forget to contact us. For details, please watch the next video. Thank you all.